Hey now, say now, welcome back to the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty. Today, the Red Heart Cardinals start the episode on the road to take on the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. The Cardinals are still undefeated on the year. Josh Pinto is the league favorite to win the Heisman Trophy, but they've got to finish strong if their end goal is to win the national championship game. Wake Forest comes in 6-1 on the year, 3-1 in conference, so they will not be an easy opponent. Let's get into the action. Pinto is coming off a 6-touchdown effort last week and 293 yards, and Wake Forest will have to find a way to stop him. First down from the 30-yard line. Pinto's going to fake a handoff before sending a man in motion. He looks to go up top, but he overthrows his man, and it's intercepted. That's cornerback Lee DeBeer, who brings it back up the middle inside Stanford territory. The Deacons find a way to take the ball away early, setting up shop at the 37-yard line. Wake Forest set up at the 34, facing a 3rd and 7. Quarterback Elijah Oki drops back to pass. He throws a strike to wide receiver Chris Barnes, but he can't hold on. Sam Neely breaks it up, and Wake Forest has to settle for a field goal. Stanford found himself down 3 early. They faced a 4th and 2 early on their next possession, but convert off their quick throw to Skinner. They get down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Cameron Hazelwood. Skinner picks up a block downfield, and Hazelwood finds Pater. Touchdown Cardinal, and they come back to take the lead 7-3. Score was 7-6 with 7:45 to play in the second. Oakley drops back to pass. He stands in the pocket before tucking and running. 3 defenders emerge on him, but he breaks away downfield for a huge pickup. Sloppy tackling there by the Cardinal defense. That big run sets up a red zone appearance. 2nd and goal from the 7. Oakley drops back to pass, and he throws a quick strike to Chris Barnes across the middle. Touchdown Deacons, and they come back to take the lead. They end up getting the ball back. They face a 2nd and 4 before a quick strike to wide receiver Leon Balaj darts upfield for a big pickup to jumpstart the drive. Then, 3rd and 7 for the 47. He's going to find Barnes across the middle, but he comes up just short, forcing a 4th and inches. Wake Forest decides to kick a long field goal. Kicker Ron Konazik comes on. He boots it. He's got enough leg, but he pushes it just to the left, and it falls no good. Stanford's offense takes over. The Cardinals then look to put some points on themselves. They face a 3rd and 6 from the 45. Pinto drops back to pass, but he quickly tucks it and run. He decides to dart for the first down, and he picks it up with 17 seconds left in the half. Then, 1st and 10 from the 47. He drops back to pass and throws a strike right up the seam to Mikael Skinner. He's taken down for the first down. And then Dylan Clark comes on and he nails the field goal for the Cardinal. And they cut the lead 13-10 going into the halftime break. Wake Forest has enjoyed the home cooking so far, with their offense putting up 145 yards passing already through the first half, while Stanford has countered with 95 yards on the ground. Can the Deacons hold on, or will Stanford pull through? Second half action starts off, 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Wake Forest ball on the 43. Oki drops back to pass. Stanford sends a stunt up the middle, and Oki's taken down for the sack. That's Big 57 Bryce Jenkins. The Deacon drive stalls out, and Cardinal takes over. Chris Davis jumpstarts the drive with an inside give. He runs right up the middle and picks up 18 for the first down. Then, 1st and 10 from the 10. Pinto drops back to pass. He throws it up, and that's Donovan Hamilton who holds it in for the touchdown as the Cardinal quickly jump back ahead, taking the lead back 17-13. Deacons found themselves down again. 1st and 10 from the 25. Oki drops back to pass, but Jace Gilbert comes through for the strip sack. Wake Forest jumps on it, resulting in just a 1-yard loss. Then, 3rd and 8 from the 27. Oki drops back to pass again, and the blitz comes through. Dylan Stevenson with the sack, halting the drive there. On the following Cardinal drive, they face a 3rd and 12 from the 33. Pinto gets a defender to jump off sides before setting up in the pocket and finds Jalen Mbakwe on a crossing route. He picks up big yards, extending the drive and getting them set up in Deacon territory. Then, they face a 3rd and 6 from the 37. Man comes in motion. Pinto drops back to pass. He's going to scramble to the right. He tucks it and runs and picks up big yardage before tackled out of bounds. They eventually get it inside the 5. First and goal. Pinto's going to fake the handoff. He keeps it himself. Dashes for the end zone. Touchdown Cardinal. And Pinto strikes the pose as he feels the Heisman. It's been wrapped up. 24-13 lead for the Cardinal in the fourth quarter. Deacons found themselves down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. Elijah Oki drops back to pass. He gets a good pocket before throwing it up top, but it's picked off by cornerback Coy Beasley. He returns it back to the 33, and things start to unravel for the Deacons, who are in control for most of this game. On the following possession, play action by Pinto. He navigates the pocket before throwing it up top to Heisman, who was wide open and gets tackled in the end zone. Cardinal touchdown. They extend the lead to 17 points after an avalanche here late in the second half. The Deacons were not ready to mail it in though. Facing a 3rd and 6 from the 44, Elijah Oke gets enough time to pass and he finds a wide receiver, Jeremiah Melvin, wide open to convert the 3rd down. Then, first and goal from the 10. Direct snap, that's halfback DeAndre Kirkus. He breaks 2 tackles before jumping in the end zone. Wake Forest comes back scoring a touchdown, one of multiple that they needed here to make the comeback. Cardinal then face a 3rd and 5 on their next drive. Ball on the 30-yard line. Pinto tries to tuck it and run, but takes a big hit and is sacked by John Rossi, getting the ball back for the Demon Deacons. After the quick stop by their defense, they face a 3rd and 5 from the 44. OK drops back the pass. Stanford sends the blitz, but that means one-on-one coverage downfield, and Jeremiah Melvin makes them pay. Big play touchdown by Wake Forest, and they trail just by 5 with 5 to play. They then set up to go for 2 points. OK drops back the pass. He throws it short. Another missed tackle by the Cardinal, and the 2-point conversion was good, cutting the lead to just 3 with 5 to play. However, Stanford was able to bleed the clock to under a minute to play. 1st and 10 from the 22. OK tries to find a man wide open, but he's unable to do so, and he's taken down for the sack. Last ditch effort on 4th and 20. OK just going to throw it up top, and it's broken up by the Cardinal defense, and Stanford holds on in a hostile environment to remain undefeated, knocking off the Deacons 31-28. Another stellar performance by Josh Pinto, 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. Wake Forest made this one competitive all game long and even controlled the game in the first half. They had 282 passing yards, outclassing Josh Pinto's, but both teams struggled on 3rd down, and Stanford converted 2 4th downs that ultimately helped be the difference in this one. Both teams was able to force interceptions, and Stanford's didn't come back to bite them. Josh Pinto led the team with 71 yards and a touchdown, while Hazelwood added 60 yards and a touchdown himself. Jalen Ibakwe had 68 yards to pace the receiving game, while Heisman had 4 and 64 and 1 touchdown. On defense, Sam Neely had 12 tackles, along with Coy Beasley's 11 tackles and 1 interception. They had 4 TFLs by defensive tackle Sterling Sanders, who also added a 1.5 sacks, which led the team. And we also had sacks by Gilbert, Stevenson, and Big Bryce Jenkins. Game 2 today sees Stanford return home to NorCal to take on the 1-6 Virginia Tech Hokies in a game that was not as close as the last game on the road against Wake Forest. The action gets started in this one, 2nd and 8 from the 12-yard line. Pinto drops back the pass. He gets great protection before dumping it off to Chris Davis, who plows his way into the end zone. Stanford gets on the board early, taking a 7-0 lead. They quickly got the ball back, and their drive was on the 38-yard line. Pinto drops back the pass, steps in the pocket before going up top to Heisman, who hauls in a contested catch, but they get some bad news. Pat McLaughlin ended up dislocating his ankle on the play, and he will end up missing 6 weeks. The game must go on though, and on 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line, Pinto's going to hand off to Chris Davis, who plows his way into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game. This one on the ground, and Stanford jumps out to a 2-score lead at the beginning of the 2nd quarter. Score was in 14-3 with 6 minutes left. Skinner's going to come in motion. Pinto's going to fake the handoff before throwing up top in Bakwe. He snags it before running downfield and tackled down at the 30-yard line for a huge pickup. Then, They face a 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. With 3 minutes left in the second, Pinto drops back to pass and finds Mikael Skinner on a quick pass. He scores a touchdown, and the Cardinals jump out to a 21-3 lead before halftime. Score was 31-6 jumping into the 4th quarter. Quarterback Mo Passingo throws it upfield, and it's intercepted by safety Larry Patowski. He ends up returning it back to the 43-yard line. Cardinal was in complete control at this point of the game. However, the defense wasn't done. Score now 31-6 with 5 to play. Passingo drops back to pass. He throws it up to the flats, but it's picked off by Patowski, and he could go all the way. Touchdown Cardinal. 71-yard pick 6 to cap off the game, and the Cardinal blow out the Virginia Tech Hokies 38-6 on a brilliant effort by both sides of the ball. Patowski took home ACC Player of the Week after his 2-interception game to help the Stanford Cardinal go 10-0 going into the remaining 2 games of the year. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit that like button and see you guys next time.